decision on her own. She has dementia. She has no short-term memory. She doesn't know what's going on. That granddaughter, the grandmother took the news. She was fine. She was okay, they're not going to allow me to do it. The granddaughter was not okay with it. She shopped around for 3 other doctors, finally found one who said yes, and prescribed her the medicine. They send you home with a prescription. It's a pill. All you got to do is take it. You have to administer it yourself. They sent her home with it, and supposedly she took her own pill. Never investigated it, never did anything to not prove. How would you know that granddaughter didn't give her a pill? Another case in Oregon, an elderly man, same thing. He got a pill, took it home. You have a 6-month window when you get the pill to take it. He took it home. Every time he was like, okay, I'm going to take it on this date, didn't do it. I'm going to take it on this date, didn't do it. The next thing they find out, his brother-in-law called and said he was trying to take the pill, he couldn't take it, so I helped him take it. Now he's dead. It's against the law to have another person administer that pill. Never investigated the case. Nothing happened after that fact. That moved on. That just goes to show what can happen. They're allowing it to be illegal. That's just opening the window for murder. People think money. If that person's got a will, they've got a house, they've got millions of dollars that's going to go to these family members, I can promise you these greedy family members are going to be right there shoving that pill down their throat. And it's proven in the United States. They're not investigating it. They're not doing anything about it.
Of course they're not. Because of the simple reason the person sought after voluntary euthanasia. And that is the thing. That's where voluntary euthanasia and physician-assisted suicide separate. Is because voluntary euthanasia is something you administer yourself. Like she said, they take the pills. That's something that you administer yourself. Now, this is where all the gray lines that she was talking about comes in. Voluntary euthanasia is not legal. It is somewhat legal in Oregon and everything, but voluntary euthanasia is where they administer somehow themselves. What we're trying to legalize and everything else is physicians-assisted suicide, where they're in a comfortable setting. They are able, a doctor who knows what he's doing, everything else, can sit here and give him the medication that he wants. Voluntary euthanasia is actually the same thing, but no matter which way you go, this is what the person wants. If they sit there and go, oh, okay, well, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, I'm going to wait, that's fine. Wait all you want to, because you are obviously enough pain and you are obviously suffering enough to get to the point to where this is what you want. It's your life.
But how do you know
You should be able to decide that for yourself.
How do you know they're making the decision? Just in the case of the elderly woman with dementia, her granddaughter was right behind her, pushing her to say everything, to make the decision, to get the pill. You can't determine, because you're not in those homes. You don't know what their families are telling them, or their friends are telling them, or
but you can't base
whoever.
a whole law
Yeah.
on what someone might do.
And you
Yes,
can't
that's why you don't pass the law, because it opens
That's why you
way
have
too many.
restrictions.
Yes,
And
but how do you
have to set,
enforce
like,
the
but there's always going to
restrictions?
be someone who goes against a law or does things backwards or under the table or illegally. It's always going to happen. But you
How do you
can't deny
enforce the
somebody
restrictions?
to make their own decision for their
They
own body.
have the restrictions
like-
in Oregon, and they don't
We
enforce
can't
any
tell
of
them,
them.
hey, you can't do that. If we're equipping our people to give them, we're equipping everybody with either vaccines or pills or whatever, however we're equipping them to be able to kill themselves. And we can't tell them, hey, you guys can't, you guys are being corrupted and you guys are doing this and you guys aren't doing that. If we're the ones that are administering it, we have to try and stay in control of it. And although it isn't fair to kill yourself, we don't want to be responsible. We don't need
It's
to be
about time to
responsible.
close. Affirmative team, close first.
Okay.
Closing. Closing thought.
Close.
Okay. Like we stated earlier, our point is we're trying to legalize euthanasia. We feel that it is an individual's own right to decide on whether or not they want to live with pain and suffering, or whether or not they want to end their own life. It is everybody's life, just like our sign says. It's my body, my life, my way, my death. It's not determined by anything. And even though they presented very thoughtful or very good points, we still feel that there's always going to be errors. There's always going to be the
Comes down to your
underlying
own personal
everything.
decision.
Yes, it comes down to the which way would you want to die? Would you want to die on somebody else's terms or your own? That's the only way that we can put it.
And it's very unfortunate the situations that the people are in who would like to have euthanasia. However, it's the nation's well-being that you have to look after. It's sad, the individual people, but if you open that door for one person, the stuff that's going to come after, it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be terrible. I mean, there's restrictions or in places where you have to see all these doctors before you can do euthanasia. Who do you think pays the doctors? The insurance companies. Do you think it's more money for the insurance companies to keep you alive or to have you euthanized? So who's going to persuade the doctors? The insurance companies, and they're going to persuade you to euthanize yourself. I mean, there's just way too many possibilities where infants, children, kids 12 to 16 in the Netherlands, well, it could happen anywhere, they're able to choose euthanasia without their parents' consent. You don't want your kids coming home in a body bag and you not know about it. So